Good morning and welcome to my blog, Wisdom for Today. And today I want to talk to you about the restorative grace of God. Often times in our lives we make mistakes, we make bad decisions, we lose our temper, we get forgetful, we're not as organized as we should be. The list goes on. And we think, is there any way to come back from this mistake? Or maybe we might think, well, I made a mistake, I just have to let those losses go and start where I'm at. But one of the great gifts that we have in Jesus Christ is his ability to redeem our mistakes. We did something wrong, and then we bring that mess to Jesus, and he turns it around to something that can go to his glory, to something that the greater kingdom can benefit from. There's this great Bible verse in the book of Joel, and this is written in the Minor Prophets. So God's children started to worship false idols. And as a result, they were brought into captivity, where they had to live under the morals of those idols, into Babylon and Assyria. Then they were returned to Jerusalem again. And in the book of Nehemiah, they rebuilt the temple. And when they rebuilt the temple, it was still beautiful, but it wasn't as beautiful as the old temple. In fact, the scripture says that on the day of celebration, there were two people crying out. There were people crying out in praise that they had their own temple again, but there were other people whose wells were heard louder saying, "Oh, the glory days, oh, the glory days." That's certainly a statement of lack of faith. God has something better for us than the old glory days. He wants to restore us to something better now. But in the middle of all of this, there's a prophet named Joel. And he knows the people are complaining that things aren't as good as they used to be since they went in captivity. And then he gives them this prophecy. I will repay to you for the years the locusts have eaten, the great locust and the young locust and the other locusts and the locust swarm, my great army that I sent among you. You will have plenty to eat until you are full, and you will praise the name of the Lord your God, who has worked wonders for you, and never again will my people be ashamed. I will repay for you, is the passage I read from the New American Standard. Now let me read it to you from the King James, which is closer to the Greek, to the Hebrew, I mean. It says, I will restore to you the years the locusts have eaten, the cankerworm, the caterpillar, and the plum worm, and my great army I sent among you. And ye shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, who has dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never be ashamed. The word restore is the word shalom. That is to make whole. That is peace. God's peace is never the absence of war. God's peace is God making wholeness in our life. God's peace is God completing us. God's peace is giving us the full picture when we only see part of the picture. We think of peace as just the sense of serenity or the sense of nirvana, as the Buddhists would say, where they're lifted to a higher plane and there's no stress in their life. But for the Christian, peace is completeness. When God restores to us the years the locusts have eaten. And locust was a sign of the misfortune that happens when famine came. These great bugs called locusts came and ate their crops. And when they were gone into slavery, the wildlife took over their crops. God restoring to them the locusts was saying, I'm going to make up for the years that you were in slavery. I don't know what you're going through today or what God is taking you through, but let me assure you that God is a God of restorative grace. And even if you've made a mistake or a mistake has been made against you, I want you to know that God can make that whole again. He will restore the grace that he's given us. I pray that you find that peace today. And all it comes is to come to God and say, I need that peace. Or to remind yourself, okay, I broke something, God. Will you restore it? And then wait patiently as he restores that gift in your life and in the people you love. I'm looking forward to seeing you this Sunday in church. It's Communion Sunday, and I pray you have a blessed day.